Okay, so now what we're going to do is like we're going to see how to create primitive objects within 3ds Max. And so we're going to start with some basic primitive shapes, and later on we'll move to more advanced stuff. And in this video, we'll look into all the primitive shapes and how to get this started. But remember, guys, everything that you see in which is made in 3ds Max, most of them starts with a primitive shape, and then you mold things out from that. And so this is basically a very fundamental basic step. All right, so once you get into 3ds Max, you get into perspective view, and if you want it in like in a top view or a front view, you can have it, or even have all 3 4 views for your comfort. And so yeah, but generally, since it's a 3D object, my suggestion is like the way it works is like first you create an object, then you position it, and third you actually adjust it to however you want it, like shape, size, and things like that. So for that, for creation, generally I would suggest using a perspective view so that you can see the object, visualize it right next to another 3D object, and you can sort of get it in a sort of like an approximate size, which is what you wanted. Okay, to get into this view, you can click on this button here, which will take into the specific view, or you can use the Alt W to go into a specific view. All right, so then use your pan key to pan it, and you can use your Alt key and your middle mouse button to rotate it however you want it, and zoom in, zoom out. And once you're completely satisfied, then you can go into object creation. So you can click on this button that says geometry, and then click on standard primitives. And under the standard primitives, we have the standard primitive options such as box, cone, and all. Each of them have got a little change to how you create an object. For example, if you click on box, for example, you can select and you can create the size of the box, which is the length and the breadth. And then you click one more time, and then you can drag, and that shows you like how much height you wanted. And you don't need to worry about being like very accurate, because once you create an object, you can see the parameters here. You can adjust those things up here. And so let's say if I want to adjust this one, so I can choose the length to be I can adjust it using these ones, or I can type it in, and width. So all of those things I can adjust it. And similarly, you can create multiple boxes, and you can select all of them, and you can move them and do whatever you want with that. Okay, so that's basically creating a simple box. And next we will see how to create a cone. Cone is somewhat similar to a cylinder, so you just select your bottom radius and then drag to set your height, and then click, and then you can set your upper radius, and that is basically your cone. And sphere, you can select and drag and make a sphere. Geosphere, and then cylinder, select and drag, and you can make a cylinder. And tube, similar to a cylinder, but what you do is you set your outer radius and then your inner radius, and then drag and set your height. And then torus, set your radius, inner radius, and then done. Pyramid, set your bottom and then drag to set the height. Teapot, simple. And then plane, similar to a square or rectangle, but it's just going to be on a single plane. And text, you can type in what are the text you wanted, and so it's basically creates a shape out of it. And so once these objects are created, if you want to go into let's say move these objects, or scale it down, anything, you can always click on this selection move tool, or you can press W, and that will take you into the selection tool. And you can select any of these objects and you can delete them, or you can select all using Control A to delete them. And so once you select the objects, you can select multiple objects using the Shift key, Control key. And so if you try to move it, it moves all together, and if you try to scale it, it scales all together. And then now if you want to create an object with respect to another object, Let's say if you want to create a cylinder on top of this box, you can do it, but you're not actually sure whether this is on the top. You can see you could be tricked easily. So how to do that is like you select the object that you want to create and then click on auto grid. And once you've done auto grid, now you can see the UCS. This is called the UCS cursor. So it tells you the XYZ coordinates. And whenever you snap or you put your cursor on top of an object, it actually snaps to the object. So you can see the snapping to the object face. So right now it is actually a tube. You can see that UCS is actually snapping to the surface of the tube. Okay. So now if I want to create an object on top of this, I can do it. Okay. Okay, so that is auto grid. And remember, auto grid is only specific for this particular feature to snapping onto an existing object. Other than that, I would suggest you guys turn it off. Yeah, so that's basically how to create primitive objects. And then if you want to adjust any of these parameters, you can use this one to adjust the parameters. So yeah, so that's as simple as that. And we will catch up again in more videos and how to see how to move these objects, manipulate it, and all of those things coming forward. Okay, if you like my videos, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, just put it onto the comment section. Thanks guys, cheers.